Democrats, of course, are hoping that not only will Barack Obama win the White House, but that he will have a filibuster-proof majority of Democrats in the U.S. Senate. A few crucial Senate races may determine that, including the one in North Carolina. Republican incumbent Elizabeth Dole is in the fight of her life with Democratic challenger Kay Hagan, and now Dole is facing an avalanche of criticism over this campaign ad.
I'm Elizabeth Dole, and I approved this message.
A leader of the Godless Americans PAC recently held a secret fundraiser in Kay Hagan's honor.
There is no God to rely on. There was no Jesus.
Taken under God out of the Pledge of Allegiance, you're down with that.
We're down with that.
In God we trust, you're going to whip that off the money?
Yeah, we would.
Godless Americans and Kay Hagan. She hid from cameras, took godless money. What did Hagan promise in return?
There is no God.
MSNBC congressional correspondent Mike Vaquera is live on Capitol Hill. And Mike, is it true that that's not actually Kay Hagan's voice at the end? And what's been the response from Hagan?
Well, if you listen carefully to that ad from Elizabeth Dole, there was a soundbite there that was played on a cable news operation from someone from the group Godless Americans, apparently. And that was a replay of the same bite that they had used earlier, but it was played over or under the picture of Kay Hagan, leading a lot of people, or at least the implication is that Kay Hagan has those beliefs, or even Kay Hagan herself said it. Let's back up a little bit here. Kay Hagan, a state senator from Greensboro, North Carolina, a Democrat running against Elizabeth Dole, is either even with Dole or ahead in most of the polls. Last month, she goes to a fundraiser in Boston for a group called Act Blue. 30 or 40 people there, including John Kerry. It happens to be at the home of a gentleman named Woody Kaplan, who is part of this group called Godless Americans that wants the references to God out of the public sphere. Elizabeth Dole's campaign, before Hagan even went up there, put out a press release warning her against it, saying it was a bad idea, criticizing her for going in the first place. Kay Hagan has since said she has no idea. Anyway, the ad comes out yesterday or perhaps the day before and really causes a ruckus with its implication that Kay Hagan, whose family has gone to the same Presbyterian church in Greensboro for 100 years, who is a Sunday school teacher, who is a church elder, has some sort of doubts about her Christian faith, or has a secret agenda to advance the cause of atheists or non-believers around the world. Kay Hagan now has a video out on her own campaign website today saying that Elizabeth Dole has in fact borne false witness against her, thereby violating the 9th commandment. 3 major newspapers in North Carolina have come out criticizing the Dole campaign here, and it is a neck-and-neck race. David, we don't know how it's going to play out, whether it's going to backfire on Elizabeth Dole or fire up the Christian conservative base, which has not been very enthusiastic, according to many reports in North Carolina, about this race or the presidential race. The Obama coattails there are expected to be long. So quite a controversy at the last minute here in North Carolina, David.
And Mike, we've now got the response that Kay Hagan is running. Let's take a look at that. Watch.
I'm Kay Hagan, and Elizabeth Dole's attacks on my Christian faith are offensive. She even faked my voice in her TV ad to make you think I don't believe in God. Well, I believe in God. I taught Sunday school. My faith guides my life, and Senator Dole knows it. Sure, politics is a tough business, but I approve this message because my campaign is about creating jobs and fixing our economy, not bearing false witness against.
And Mike, that does seem like the issue that's going to determine this thing with the race so close.
Right, and North Carolina, of course, has a rich or perhaps dubious history of some of these ads in the past. You remember the Jesse Helms ad against the mayor of Charlotte, Harvey Gantt, with the black hand and the white hand. I believe that was several years ago, perhaps in the 80s. My memory fails me at this moment. But interesting, as in the Michelle Bachmann case, which she said on Hardball about investigating members of Congress for anti-Americanism, Kay Hagan is trying to use this to raise money. She has an implicit or explicit ad on her website asking people to donate so she can create ads just like the one we saw and fight back against Elizabeth Dole's ad, which she considers, of course, to be a smear, David.
MSNBC congressional correspondent Mike Vaquera. Mike, thanks as always. And as Mike knows, you can imagine the